Before you do,
Okay.
well, and not too late.
Okay.
You brought up AI.
Yes.
And we just had another really marketing focused discussion a week or two ago on AI, leveraging it, expanding your marketing and your reach through it.
Mhm.
And I saw in your presentation, it also talked about AI. How do you personally and training wise and professionally use AI to find more investors?
So I think that I use the foundation of what you say, the whole foundation of how do I shucks, you're right, I gotta share again, huh? So
Sorry, just joking.
no problem. No, I love it. I love it because of this is real time. That's why we do things live, right? The fun part about live is you do things real live. And so I believe in something called, let's see here. We got share screen game.
Yeah, and you don't need to not share. You just tell me, and I can pull it off the screen.
Not I share. So one of the things, no, it's not shares. Matter of fact, let's do this. So let's everybody that we not killed at the dead time. So
and again, we don't need to see your My Little Pony shopping.
Man, I think
you can keep that to yourself.
You speak for yourself, sir. It's a lot of people out here want to see it, so I think I just show it. So I just showed it right here. So one thing I want to say is something called the capital raising path to $1 million. Do you see it now or no?
Yep. And this is one of your challenges, and really appreciate if you could dive in a couple of minutes and explain how these challenges really work, because it's a different strategy than the advertising. It's a different strategy, building community, building your list entirely. So definitely want to hear a little bit more of how you are leveraging it also.
So I'm leveraging strategy and challenges as, once again, that lead magnet of how I get my attention, because I went through the process of trying to know my my avatar about the things that the way trying to gain the pleasure and avoid the pain. And one of the things a lot of people are challenging with raising capital using AI and so forth. How do I actually get the tech part working? So I use raising capital using AI because of it kind of talks to that particular audience. And so basically earlier I told you about step one is basically we talk about how to get your capital hub up and running, right? So now we define our foundation, where we're starting at. The second part is step two is get capital discovery. This is once again going in about how do we use AI, as far as not just AI. It's AI got a word, like how do we use Facebook, how we use social media, how we use the computers to actually find our ideal avatar, right? Our ideal client. We can use ChatGPT and some more things to kind of walk through our process and help us build out that capital plan about how to raise capital. But we use different kind of tools to kind of create the foundation of what you want and who may be the best person for. By looking at data, who may be the best places and place for our ideal our client, right? Understanding, asking ChatGPT about questions about what are some of their misbelief about our product. What are some of something they're struggling with? Some kind of brainstorm to help us. We use AI to actually use AI, right? Intelligence, actual intelligence, right? Use artificial intelligence to help out with actual intelligence to kind of see what we actually want to do. Then the whole step 3 is attraction. What do we use to get their attention, right? Is it a challenge? Is it a lead magnet? Is it a webinar? What can we do consistently to kind of get their attention, right? Is it paid or not paid? How do we get their attention to get them to basically get to our second level of good results? Capital collection. This is us figuring out. We kind of do a step. We got to do these step 4 and step 5 in reverse order. Step 4 is collection. This is basically saying, once we hop on the phone with them, what are we going to say? How are we going to talk to? What's the script? How are we going to flow it? How are we going to frame the conversation so we're not on the phone for an hour, still not sure what to talk about after an hour meeting, instead I have no idea why we're talking. So we kind of talk about that specifically about how to structure our phone calls and how to use AI to help us script that accordingly. Then how we do the follow-up process to actually get them to the phone call, for example. So once we set the appointment, we want to have automation and AI, like automations, however, through email, text messages, phone calls, to remind them about our appointment and how to have it scheduled automatically in our calendar, so that way we're prepared to deliver during the presentation.
What's your best practice in terms of actually the reminders? You don't want to annoy somebody, but at the same time, you don't want them to forget about the appointment either. What have you seen work best for you?
So first and foremost, I think that before the appointment even set, that both parties are clear why the appointment is being set. Because of, for example, if you have cancer, you got a doctor appointment, dude, how many times you can't remind me enough? I don't miss that appointment, right? Or that's kind of a hard analogy, but I mean, so like,
I just got real sad. So
yeah, I know it's kind of hard.
Thank you all for joining. And
I mean, let's say you had to win a lottery of $1 million, right?
That's way better.
Disappointment, you miss it, right? So how many reminders do you want to have so you don't miss the appointment? You can't miss enough. So I think that having this, so first of all, y'all both parties have to want that, have a desire of that. It's not just another meeting about talking about get my money. It has to be something of value for both people. When I say value, I really mean it has to be useful. Value is not how useful something is, determine the value. How useful that meeting is. And I like to have that in the beginning before we set the meeting. Where this meeting is going to help you stop the bleeding of retirement, or help you prepare for your help you retire faster, or help you like have a benefit to the to my ideal client. Why they should that call. So now they're looking forward to that meeting, and now they look forward to reminders, because why? They're excited. So it's not a bother to them. It's more so of a thank you for reminding me. Thank you for reminding me, because I don't want to miss this phone call. So I think that's the first step of it is. Then from there, I do one instantly. That's that same day. Let them know, hey, you schedule it, confirms for 4th in a day, and I do one 24 hours before, and I also do it 1 hour before. I do an email and a text, an email and text. I don't think that, because I think my phone calls are people want, because, and also when I have a phone call, I want people to be excited to be there, because it's that way it's good for me and also for you. It makes it more fun. Because everybody been on Zoom call like this, dude, when this thing ending, and you see people kind of zone off by looking to the other side, how are they phone. Everybody hate being that other person, because you see that somebody on the phone talking to you, like that disengagement is major. So I try to bring excitement before you even schedule a phone call. Then make sure they're excited about the phone call. I try to come out with high energy. Then the first couple things, I frame it, and that way they understand why this phone call is purposeful, and what they should leave from this phone call when we done. So I try to frame it that way, so that way everybody know what to expect, and we feel accomplished. We feel like we're progressing towards whatever they're trying to avoid or that place they're trying to gain. And that happens throughout all the steps. Did that answer your question?
Perfectly. Thanks for the extra little dive in.
Thank you, sir. You're welcome. So that's step 4, capital collection. We talk about that as well. How to collect the capital. And then the capital, also the follow-up process. Now, capital connection, this is where we actually, so now we have our system built out. Capital connection is this is when we're going out and kind of hop into the different markets of how to create the social media posts, how we advertise on social media, how we advertise it on other sites besides social media, if the option is to create our own platform to bring people towards us, right? How to create YouTube videos or events. My capital collection is I do events. I do an event where people come pitch a deal to my event. I use that to bring people in connection. So, and now everybody have to do an event.
Could you expand a little bit more on? I love the concept of the shows. It's not just raising capital for yourself, but you're still building a community and a list and people to follow up with. So even though you're helping others, you're highlighting others, the synergy and benefits really go all ways.
And I think because of there's this old, I'm not sure how old it is, but there's this whole myth or this whole era going around saying you have to have 7 contacts for a person to buy from you or sell from you, right? 7 contacts. Now, that 7 contacts can be an email, it can be a phone, it can be a phone call, it can be, I heard about you on social media, I heard about it right here. So like it can be all these touches can be coming different places in different times. Oh, my friend talked about you she share a content you had on social media. So as you put out more stuff, what you're doing is you are lessening, knocking down these 7 steps, all these 7 touches as well. And you basically you put them in an incubator until they're actually ready. They call it, I guess, the popcorn method, where you put them in the kernel, you put them in the microwave until they're ready, and until they pop. Because of they might not invest your first deal, but they hear about you and they keep hearing about you. So when they are ready, they'll hop in with you. And I think that the issue is with people, we're not consistent with the same thing. And like, you gotta find something that you enjoy being consistent with and keep doing it. Right. I enjoy doing live events because of I think it was easy for me to go to, like, it's easy for me to say live and just put me on a show and go for it. Cause now it's like, it's kind of hard to get away from this. So that's my thing, but some people are not the same way.
You want me to show you how to watch
so
with your show? I mean, are anybody that shows up, then they're part of your community. They're part of your communications string. Do you do your own newsletter, or do you have any specialized type of retargeting, follow-up, drip process?
So I'm glad to say, because we're actually working on a new one as we speak, right? It's called capital raising tips, if you will, right? We do a weekly newsletter, send out capital raising tips about how to raise capital. Once again, it's free value, and what it does is it brings you more. It gives me more touches and me to bring more value in your life and be more useful in your life. That way you build trust with me. Then when you're ready to buy one of my products, you can, because I give value up front. So the paid stuff should be better, right? The show is like, hey, the show is the show is free. If you want more, join our paid community and learn more about how we do things behind the scene, right? So once again, it's one of those things. It's our incubator that we add value first. If you want more, sure, here's a sample, come buy more, right? It's at Costco. It's a sample.
Love it. Buy more. Well, we've got a whole 60 seconds left.
Yes.
So definitely want to hear, before I hide and just take myself off stage and just completely leave you there, any final thoughts that you'd like to share with everyone?
I think raising capital, understand is best. And my thing is, it happened before you get a deal. It's easier before you get a deal. And as you got a platform now, and I think the best thing is to start documenting your journey. Start where you're at now. People, there's somebody out there who's less experienced than you, and something you can't replace experience, right? They want to learn from you. So I think that by you sharing your stuff, sharing your message of who you are and what your experience is, you can help other people out. And that's how you build trust, by just sharing of who you are and what you're doing.
Thank you so much, Cornelius. Really appreciate you being here today. And I'll be honest, I asked you way more pointed questions than I usually do, only because I know you're here to share, to help people grow, and to really just bring that positivity and really helping others. You're a good Samaritan, Mr. Cannon.
I've been knighted. Thank you, sir.
There you go. Well, thank you everybody for joining. Definitely looking forward to seeing you next week when we dive in that much deeper on let's get more deals done. Thank you.